What's going on, YouTube peeps and Back2 freaks? You're watching Back to Basics. This week we are actually talking about a bucket list. So when we decided to venture down this weight loss journey route, did we create a bucket list? If so, have we checked anything off from it? Are there things that you have done to this point that you never saw coming or even imagine you would accomplish? Are you continuously adding to that list? And how does it make you feel to check them off and those experiences, having experienced those things on your bucket list, how has that affected your life? So, did I create a bucket list? Pre-op. Yes. Not necessarily like sit down and write something out like these are all the things I want to do, but I always knew that once the weight came off that there were certain things that I wanted to do. And some of these things I've actually have already done. One of the things that I always said pre-op was that I wanted to be a runner. I wanted to like run 5Ks, 10Ks, things like that. Not in a, like a marathon type of runner, but you know, 5Ks, 10Ks, things like that. And I've actually been able to do that. Just a couple of weeks ago, actually, I did a 5K, and I'll add some pictures in here for you. So that was just a local 5K that I did here in town. That's something that and it was, you know, it was really great because going into this particular 5K, I originally thought that well, my goal was, you know, if I could finish in the 50 well, I wanted it to finish at the 45-minute mark, and then as I started it, I thought, well, I better change that. And I thought, well, if I could just finish within the 50 to 55-minute mark, I'll be happy with that. And little did I know, not only did I not finish in the 50 to 55-minute range, or the 45-minute range, I actually finished much better than I gave myself credit for. And well, you see the time here. Yeah, I came in at 41:34, was it? Just like mind blowing. You know, when I got to the 2-mile mark, I checked the time and I thought, holy cow, I was making great time. I can do very well here if I push myself. And I was actually able to, not only was I happy that I you know, finished in the time that I did, but I actually ran, you know, 3/4 of it, which was, you know, in itself a whole nother feat. So, you know, that's one of the things that was on my list that I've been able to do. You know, a couple of other things, small things that I wanted to experience were just like being normal, being able to fit in booths, and I've been able to do that. And you know, one of the biggest things, and I think many of you can relate to this, is sitting in a chair and not worried about it breaking. And that has been one of the things that even now, like I'll purposely look for chairs that used to scare the crap out of me when I was at my heaviest. Here's a couple of pictures of some of the chairs that I've been able to actually sit in and not have a worry about. So yeah, so pre-op, if I, went to a place and I saw a chair that looked anything like those two, forget about it. um, I'm not having it. So one of the things on the list was to be able to get to a point where I was comfortable sitting in anything, sitting anywhere in any chair, and I've been able to do that. Um, one of the questions was, are there things that you've done to this point that you never saw coming? And I believe I talked about this in a previous video, but well, the answer is yes. For me, my biggest fear in life has been heights. Flying has been the one thing that I swore my life I would never ever do. When I was creating this list, or look, thinking about things that I was hoping to accomplish or be able to experience once the weight came off, as afraid, as deathly afraid of flying as I was, I always thought maybe I can do it. Part of the reason I was afraid is just a legitimate phobia of heights. But like many of you, another reason was not fitting in the seats. And as the weight started to come off and I started to get more confident, I started to think, I want to experience things that I swore I would never do before, or I thought I would never ever do before. And so flying was the number one thing on that list. That man, if there's one thing that I would put at the top of my bucket list, it would be to fly, to experience that. And I was able to do that. I'll add in just some clips here of the one flight that I did take, and man, I tell you what, it was an amazing experience. Well, I'll add the clips here real quick.
Just go for it. I can never live with myself if I die. If I die. OMG, turn your cell phone $2 now it's like $3 so bad. Poor thing. Sit there. She's trying to back their sugar. She got her on a later flight. Whoops.
So yeah, while experiencing that, it was just crazy for me. But it was the feeling that I got to finally overcome that fear, to be able to say so early on in this journey for me, to be able to say that one thing I had at the top of my list, I can check off, and I almost went, instead of like little at a time and kind of working my way up, I almost went from like here straight to the top, and things to to mark off on that list. I never ever in my life saw that coming. I never imagined that I would fly. I've always swore that I would never, under any circumstances, do it. And I did. And, you know, what that taught me was that it's okay to, like, have a fear, whatever it is. I think that's normal. I think we all have them. But it's okay to face that, to take it head on. In doing that, it's really helped me to become a stronger person. I know now, no matter what I face on this journey or in life, no matter how big it is, no matter how scary it is, if I can face the one thing that I feared the most in life, then and conquer it and come out better for it, then no matter what I face from this point on, I'll be able to handle. And that comes from being able to achieve some of these things on the bucket list that I've kind of created for myself. Do I add to it continuously? I'm not necessarily adding to it, but I am opening up myself to experience more things. You know, at this point, well, there's probably one thing that I can add to that, and that's roller coasters, and I like flying. That's probably, I'll say this right now, that's probably the one thing I would never ever do, roller coasters. I said that about flying, right? But I think that's something that I'd like to add to the list. I don't think I ever will. To me, that's just different from being in a plane. So I don't know that I'm necessarily continuously adding things to it, but I am opening up myself to just try more things. The biggest, probably one of the main things, when we talk about this bucket list that I had on there, was just to be able to enjoy life, whatever that looks like, and it looks different for each of us, but to just be able to enjoy life, and I'm able to do that now. So I'm open to new things, and we'll see if I'm able to accomplish them. I think I can. I think I will. So anyhow, that's what I got for you. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see each other again soon. You guys take care.